Food is supposed to keep us alive. But what if I told you some of the things sitting on your plate could do the exact opposite? Behind the bright colors, sweet flavors, and tempting smells, there are foods with disturbing secrets, ones that could make your next meal your last. Let's investigate these foods. I love eating sliced bread, or just any sort of bread in general. And if you are a bread lover like me, then you've most likely encountered a little bit of mold on your bread before. A lot of people think that if you cut off the moldy part of the bread, the rest is safe, but that's not true. You're actually still eating the mold. The clean part isn't very clean at all.
You're all ready to make the sandwich of your dreams. Turkey, tomato, and Swiss on a bed of romaine lettuce sandwiched between 2 slices of sourdough. Classic. But oh no, what's this? Mold? But look, good news, the mold's only on part of the bread. So I could just cut that away and be fine, right? There's no such thing as a clean part of moldy bread. That's because mold is a fungus, like mushrooms. Caps on the surface are easy enough to spot, but there's a vast network of subterranean roots called hyphae that you can't see. So let's take another look at that bread of yours. Ugh, disgusting. Well, maybe you can just grab another piece from the same loaf. Well, that's not such a good idea either, because by the time the mold sprouts its fuzzy head, what you're really seeing is the reproductive part of the mold called sporangiums. Each sporangium releases tens of thousands of spores, so even though you can't see it, that entire loaf could be teeming with fungus.
Oh my, that's actually so disgusting. It's like a mold virus growing inside your bag of bread. That's also why you should always check the expiration date before eating any food.
But it seems like such a waste to just throw it out. After all, you eat mold on purpose all the time, like the mold that goes into making cheese, soy sauce, and even life-saving antibiotics like penicillin.
What? You're telling me that cheese and soy sauce is made out of mold? I could have lived my life happily without knowing that piece of information.
Eating a little bit on your bread can't be that bad, right? Well, ultimately, it's a gamble. Just like eating a wild mushroom, many are fine, but some can be deadly. Mold is the same way. There are thousands of different species of mold, many of which are harmless to humans. But since so many types can sprout up on food, it's nearly impossible to know if what you're eating is safe. Cladosporium, for example, can sometimes trigger allergies but is generally harmless. Whereas other molds like Penicillium crustacum produce harmful poisons called mycotoxins.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'll rather just not eat any food that contains mold. It's too much risk, and it's too much math work to figure out what kind of mold is building a family on my bread.
An elderly couple in 2005, for example, was admitted to the hospital after eating a can of soup contaminated with this kind of mold. They had severe muscle tremors, but eventually recovered. But other molds like Rhizophis stolonifer can have permanent effects. And you might recognize this mold since it commonly grows on bread. Blue-green, with black splotches and super fuzzy. In rare cases, it can prompt a deadly infection called zygomycosis, which causes your blood to clot and can ultimately starve your cells of oxygen to the point that they die. And it's not like bacteria where a little heat will eliminate the threat, because high temperatures won't break down the mycotoxins. And since you have no clue which one you're about to put in your mouth, ask yourself, well, is it really worth the risk?
No, it's not. I've noticed that elderly people are more likely to eat moldy food. 'Cause when I went to my grandma's house, like 50% of the stuff in her kitchen was expired. It's like they forget that foods expire or something. This next thing you shouldn't eat genuinely shocked me 'cause I think I ate it before. You may have also eaten this before too, maybe at a restaurant or at a fast food place. You'll never really know unless you're in the kitchen with the people cooking your food. But don't worry, it's not necessarily bad unless you've eaten big portions of it.
The most dangerous food for the liver is not sugar, it's not processed meat, and it's not saturated fat. This food gets stuck in the liver. It's highly processed. It has residues of something called hexane, which is in gasoline. It's rancid, oxidized, and acts like something that can rust out your organs. The last thing you want to do is rust out your liver. It takes like 1 to 2 years to have it leave the body. The more you cook with it, the more oxidized it becomes, the more it creates byproducts that are very toxic to your tissues. The most dangerous food for the liver is unsaturated fat, as in seed oils. They're industrial oils. Seed oils create inflammation, which turns into scar tissue or fibrosis. Seed oils get lodged into our tissues, not just in our liver, all over our nervous system, in our brains. Please help me understand how you have this very delicate, fragile, unsaturated fat that can be destroyed by exposing it to oxygen, light, and more heat as you cook with it. They can take soybeans, corn, and add chemicals to extract the oil. Then they have to add more things in it to remove other things using high heat. Then they put it in these bottles that are also exposed to oxygen. They're not refrigerated. Stop consuming these seed oils. Replace corn oil, soy oil, cottonseed oil, and canola oil with olive oil, butter, tallow, and coconut oil. If you like the video, rate it between 1 to 10 in the comment.
So literally any seed oil is bad for your body tissues and liver. I think I use vegetable oil to cook my meals. My mom buys the oil and I trust her. So I don't really know what kind I use. Hopefully vegetable oil is safe. Your guardian has most likely told you before to never eat the same food over and over again in a week. Well, they're not trying to keep you from eating the same delicious food. They're actually trying to help you. It's very bad if you eat the same food over and over again. Let's see what happens when you eat pasta every day.
If you eat pasta every day, here's what will happen to your body. You'll clog your arteries. Pasta is made from GMOs, and there's nothing natural about it. It's packed with gluten, which is known to clog arteries and damage the heart.
Don't worry, guys. Some pastas are made with fresh dough. The pastas you buy in store are usually processed and made with gluten. If you want fresh organic pasta, then go to Italy, and if you want the finest bread, go to France.
You'll gain weight. Most people eat white refined pasta, which means that the wheat kernel has been stripped of its germ, along with most of the good nutrients it contains. You'll be eating mostly carbohydrates, which can contribute to weight gain. Digestive problems. White pasta is devoid of essential fiber, which can upset your digestion and lead to intestinal problems. Low energy levels. Pasta eaten on its own without protein or vegetables can lead to a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by a drop in energy, which can cause mood swings and a feeling of fatigue. You'll experience nutritional deficiencies. Pasta is not a complete source of nutrients, and a diet based solely on pasta can lead to deficiencies in vitamins and minerals important to your body. Subscribe for more health tips.
This doesn't only apply to pasta. It applies to any food that you eat every day. Your body will miss out on a lot of different kinds of nutrients. So don't eat the same thing every day. If a food scientist recommended you to not eat these foods, would you still eat it?
Hello, my name is Jen, and these are 5 foods that I would not eat as a food scientist. And I am qualified to talk about this because I work in the food and dietary supplement industry as a quality, safety, and product development consultant. Starting off strong at number 1, raw oysters. I am so sorry to the girly pop that ate 48 oysters on her first date. I know how much you love them, but I have good reason. If contaminated, raw oysters can carry a pathogen belonging to the Vibrio genus and cause an illness called vibriosis. Vibriosis can cause symptoms like abdominal cramping, watery diarrhea, vomiting, fever, chills, that sort of thing. Now, I personally preferred grilled oysters anyway. They have better flavor, and I don't like the texture, and it's just not worth the risk to me.
I don't think I'll ever eat oysters. They look like they'll eat me if I try to eat them. Plus, it looks like it'll be slimy and rubbery, and I hate that kind of texture in foods.
Number 2 is candied apples. Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? I'm not trying to be a hater. I love a good fall-themed treat, but let me explain why. There is a pathogen called Listeria monocytogenes that is naturally occurring in the soil, and there's many points of contamination during the harvesting process of apples where the apples can be contaminated with this. Now, the reason why Listeria can be a problem with candied apples specifically is that there's obviously a spear here. It's a spear that punctures and pushes that bacteria on the outside of the apple inside the juicy, sugary center. Now, pushed into the sugary center, the Listeria now has food, and it grows and grows and grows, replicates, you eat it, and it makes you sick. When ingested by pregnant women, it could cause a phenomenon called spontaneous abortion. Not good. Yeah, so I avoid it, plus it's overrated anyway. Number 3,
That looks like some sort of popcorn. If you guys would like a part 2, make sure to like and subscribe. Stay safe, my candies. Bye-bye. There are a lot of friendly shows we love to watch. However, some of these shows are actually very creepy. Today, we will find out the dark truth behind these shows. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay safe. The first show we will talk about is Peppa Pig. As innocent as the show looks, it is actually very creepy and has many dark secrets. This video will help expose them.
Let's talk about Peppa Pig. So, we all know Peppa Pig as a fun show. We all watched, right? Well, there's a scarier side to Peppa Pig. On March 7th, 2025, someone named Carl5er17 posted a video which showed Peppa Pig's house. Yep, we all know her house as yellow-colored house on a hill. Let me show you the video.
Wow, you all, this is kind of shocking. Who knew that Peppa Pig might be based on a true story?
We can see it being the exact same as it's on the hill. It's yellow, and we can't forget about the red brick roof. Now the creepy part is, do Peppa and her family really live there? Is that an abandoned house? Nobody really knows. But from the video, we saw it was in some area with a lot of sand and trees. It looks like an ice.
Candies, this whole story sounded a little bit sus. So I did some digging and found out that this house is not Peppa Pig's house, but actually an abandoned church. However, I think that is even more scary than real-life Peppa Pig. I was also able to find a disturbing last episode of Peppa Pig, so see what happens in this video.
Kid shows that actually killed people. Peppa Pig band episode. Now before we start this video, I'm not sure if all of this is true, so don't go hate on me. So mostly of the countries think Peppa Pig is safe for kids, but one Peppa Pig episode is banned in Australia. It was an episode about Peppa seeing a spider in her house. Later, Peppa becomes friends with this spider. The message in the episode was supposed to say that spiders are friendly and won't bite or hurt you. One time there was a boy that lived in Australia. He really liked to watch Peppa Pig. He watched the episode of Peppa becoming friends with the spider. Peppa Pig named the spider Mr. Skinny Leg. Since it was spider season in Australia, the boy wanted to give it a try and went outside to look for a spider. Little did he knew that some spiders actually can PLLU. He found a black widow and picked it up, and some moments later the black widow bit him. The little boy was rushed to the hospital, but sadly he didn't make it. After the incident, Australia decided to ban the episode in their country.
Holy flip-flops. That is actually so disturbing. I feel really bad for the poor boy. I can't believe Peppa Pig would air an episode as dangerous as that. I know this episode is true because Australia is known for having a lot of spiders, so it wouldn't be hard for a kid to find one outside Candies. I do not recommend looking for any animals that could hurt you. Like this, the next show we will talk about is Barney growing up. Barney has always been my favorite show. Like girl, I used to watch this show all the time. However, I never knew how dark it was, so make sure to watch until the end.
Timmy, why are you not singing?
Man, I just don't feel like it, Barney.
Everyone must sing, Timmy.
I know. I just not in the mood. My dad just died.
Oh, Timmy. Where we're going, well, I promise you're gonna see your dad once again.
Candies, is this real? If so, it is super creepy. It is no mystery why Barney decided to keep this as last meteor and not put it on TV. Barney,
You're starting to scare me.
Fear has no place here, Timmy. Soon you will be consumed by darkness. Don't worry, though. I will be there to guide you. It'll be blissful. The passing. Calm down, my child. Barney is here to help you. I love you. You love me.
You're not subscribed to Creepy Domain 101 on YouTube?
holy la boo boo, that scared me. Thank you to this creepy man for uploading the last meteor for us to watch. I think this last episode was real, but it's very scary, so I do not recommend watching the full thing. Pingu has always been a popular show for kids. Some of you may have even watched it. I really used to love the show. However, there are some lost episodes that are extremely dark. This TikTok should explain everything for you all.
Let's talk about Pingu's Dream. This episode was created in the late 90s. The episode shows what Pingu dreamed about, but it terrified lots of innocent children and got banned from a lot of countries. People were saying that their kids couldn't sleep for years because of it. It starts off by his mother reading Pingu a book for him to fall asleep. He falls asleep and the dream begins where he was in a normal crazy dream world. Then his bed starts doing silly forms and moves around. After a while the bed starts to feel tired and stops. During this time a seal comes up. The description is so terrifyingly that it cannot be described. The seal has humanly eyes with a voice that makes your skin scratch to death. When he was laughing and not talking, Pingu froze to death.
It sounds like this episode is very disturbing. As scared as I am, I will be watching this episode with you all. I hope it's not too scary.
Esto corre camipa.
Jujujeje, vamos a ver si hay un pendejo por aquí.
Qué bien estoy, qué rico. Yo. Venga que mi mamá nos está esperando.
Pero ¿dónde cojones arte come verga tan corriendo?
That was actually pretty disturbing. The walrus is pretty scary looking, so I can understand why kids did not want to watch this. However, this episode was not scary enough to traumatize me forever. This next show was actually aired on TV, however, it mysteriously disappeared, and nobody is able to find out anything about it. This show is known as Beware of Dog. This sounds super interesting, so I want to get to the bottom of this. This video should give us an explanation.
Lost Media Part 7. Beware of Dog. So Beware of Dog is a TV show nobody can find. It's a sitcom that came out in 2002, produced by Animal Planet. It was about a bearded collie named Jack, who narrates his thoughts as he watches daily life of his new human family. But it did horribly, with many people leaving hate comments and reviews about the show. Because of this, it was cancelled after one episode. They had made multiple more episodes, but because of the first one being such a flop, they didn't air them. Now there's no known clips of any of the episodes and there's no platform to watch it on, so it's lost media. Stay safe.
This does not make sense to me. Like, how can I show air on TV and just disappear from the earth? Luckily, I did some digging on the dark web and was able to find a clip from the show. So let's watch this.
This Tuesday, get ready for the sitcom an entire planet has been waiting for. Animal Planet's Beware of Dog. Take one kooky family.
Costume party?
And one sarcastic dog.
What do you think you're doing? Saving your marriage.
And watch the fur fly. You'll get a dog's eye view of family life, but it'll leave you howling for more.
I'm gonna lose my lunch.
Comedy is unleashed with a premiere of Beware of Dog. This Tuesday at 8. Only on Animal.
This short clip basically shows us a trailer of the show. However, we have no footage of the 2 lost episodes. I feel bad for the people in the comments of this video, as they all seem sad about this show ending. The fact that this might be the only video footage of the show. This is just sad, the fact this got cancelled after only 2 episodes. How bad could the show have been to get cancelled so quickly? I never watched the show before, but it seemed like an innocent show to me. The final show we will talk about is Simple Science Kid. I'm sure that everyone watching this video has seen this show, as it's super popular. I used to love how silly and fun the show was. However, this is the darkest lost media episode I have ever seen, so stick until the end.
Hey Mom, hey Dad.
Hey, buddy.
I have a very important question. I want to know, where did I come from?
Where did you come from? Alice?
Yeah. Well, we might as well tell him the truth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Sid. You walk right through that wall, and you'll find out exactly where you came from.
What? Mom and Dad have totally lost it.
No, really, you can do it. Just, go right through the wall and ask your big question. Here, look.
Whoa! That's totally cool, okay.
All right.
Let me try.
Yeah?
Oh, this is weird. That's awesome. Okay, bye.
Does anybody have a bad feeling about this, or just me? This doesn't seem kid-friendly at all.
Bye. Whoa. Oh, hi.
Please, come forward.
Do you guys know where I came from? Okay. Well, good luck with all that stuff you just said, and, gotta be going now. Bye!
Hey, look who's back. So, what'd you think, son?
I never want to go back to that world again. I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, you won't have to.
No, just, take a look right here.
Okay.
Holy flip-flops. That was actually very disturbing. I understand why this became lost media, and why PBS Kids didn't air this episode. Let me know what you thought about these dark shows. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye, Sunnies.